Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So, what exactly is P0750? The official description is shift solenoid, a malfunction. In simple terms, your car's computer, the transmission control module, or TC, has detected a problem with a specific electrical component inside your automatic transmission called shift solenoid. Let's quickly talk about what these solenoids do. Think of them as tiny electronic gates. Your TCM sends electrical signals to these solenoids, telling them to open or close. When they open, they allow transmission fluid to flow into specific hydraulic circuits, which then engages the clutches and bands needed to shift into a particular gear. Shift solenoid A is usually responsible for helping control shifts into first gear, but its exact function can vary depending on your vehicle's make and model. So, when code P0750 is triggered, it means the TCM commanded shift solenoid A to do something, but it didn't see the expected result. The computer is smart. It monitors the voltage and electrical resistance of the solenoid circuit. If the signal it sees is out of the normal range, either too high, too low, or completely gone, it flags the problem and turns on your check engine light. Now, what are the symptoms you might experience? The most obvious one is the check engine light, but you'll likely notice some driving issues too. Your transmission might get stuck in a higher gear, like second or third, and won't downshift into first when you stop. This is a safety feature called limp mode, or fail-safe mode, designed to protect the transmission from further damage while still allowing you to drive to a safe location. You might also experience harsh or delayed shifting, a complete failure to shift, poor acceleration from a stop, and even decreased fuel economy because the engine is working harder than it should. So, what causes this P0750 code? There are a few common culprits. The number one cause is often old, dirty, or low transmission fluid. Transmission fluid isn't just a lubricant, it's the hydraulic lifeblood of the system. If it's contaminated with metal shavings or clutch material, it can clog the tiny passages in the solenoids, causing them to stick. Low fluid levels can also cause pressure issues and lead to solenoid failure. Another very common cause is the solenoid itself. Like any electronic part, shift solenoids can just wear out over time and fail electrically. The internal coil can burn out, creating an open circuit, or it can short out. We also have to consider wiring issues. The wiring harness that connects the TCM to the transmission can get damaged. Wires can chafe, break, or corrode, especially the connectors. This is particularly common on older vehicles or those driven in harsh weather conditions. A bad electrical connection is just as bad as a faulty solenoid. Finally, although less common, the problem could be with the transmission control module itself. The TCM is the brain of the operation, and if it's failing, it might send out incorrect signals or misinterpret the data it receives, leading it to falsely trigger a P0750 code. So, how do you go about diagnosing this? First things first, check your transmission fluid. With the engine warm and running in park or neutral, check your owner's manual for the correct procedure pull. Is the fluid level correct? What's the color and smell? Healthy fluid is typically bright red and doesn't smell burnt. If the fluid looks okay, the next step is to test the solenoid and its circuit. This usually requires a good digital You can find the resistance specifications for shift solenoid A in your vehicle's service manual. You'll need to disconnect the transmission S electrical connector and test the resistance across the pins for the solenoid. An infinite reading means an open circuit. If the fluid is good and the wiring and solenoid test out okay, you might then start to suspect the TCM. However, this should be your last resort, as TCM failure is the least likely cause, and they can be expensive to replace. Always rule out the simpler, more common issues first. Drop it in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.